Hey everybody, it's Corinne. What's up? How have you been doing? It has been a while since I gave a little update and shared what's been going on. The last time I had been 4 months, zero binging and purging, and I am over 5 months. So, if you remember, my goal was to get 6 months in a row, no binging and purging before we even thought about stepping on stage, and we're almost there. Um, so the progress that I've made in my mind has been really, really great. And I can't really tell you or describe like what that kind of freedom feels like. And I feel really great about that. I do get times where I still get very anxious and kind of second guess what I'm doing. I just feel like I have the skill to overcome those feelings now rather than succumbing to feeling like I have to binge and purge to deal with stress or handle things or feel like I'm in control or just get through the day. And I look healthier, I feel healthier, I think more clear, and I'm really excited and grateful for everyone who's been super supportive of all the things that I've been doing. So um, I'm really looking forward to continuing to progress in that area and hopefully compete. I'm really not sure if I'll compete this year or not. I kind of feel like if I do compete, it would be bikini and kind of over in more of like the Asian areas because that's closer to me and a little bit cheaper. But at the same time, I sort of feel like I have to pay my IFBB Pro League membership, and it goes from January to December. And then if I wanted to compete next year, right away, I would need to pay for it again. And I just feel like that's a lot all at once, even though the amount of shows that I could do at the end of the year, I do feel would be worth it. There are 3 or 4 shows that I could do that are bikini that I could jump into. But here's the other thing. One of the other things that I wanted to be able to do was gain a little bit of weight and size. And while I think that is working, it's going at a very slow snail's pace. I don't think I would be able to handle it if it was going much quicker. I thought back to when we did something similar from 2020 to 2021, I felt really uncomfortable with myself, and I just don't want that in my off season. I think I got to 130 pounds, and while I didn't look like overweight or anything, I felt disgusting. And because I was binging and purging during that time, I looked so swollen and so just I really hated it. I actually looked at a video the other day, and when I looked at it, I was like, wow, I look really uncomfortable. And I know that I felt uncomfortable. And I just really don't want to feel that way. So if I can take this more slowly, I think that's going to be a more healthy approach for me. So if I do get on stage, I really want to be in a spot that not that I necessarily have to have a chance to win, but and of course like we want to get on stage and do our best, but I would want to feel like I could win my best me. um, and I'd want to be competitive. I've been last in a lot of my shows or second to last, partially because they were smaller shows. But even when I did bikini and I still wasn't big enough, I was in the last place. So 16th place, everybody like 16th and under is like last place. And that's always just kind of a really like feeling. And I, I just I don't want to be last place. So I just want to make sure that when I get on stage that I know that I'm going to be bringing my best. And every single time I've brought my best, but there's always been this eating disorder factor in there. And there's not that factor anymore. And I hope that there is never that factor again. Um, so that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as like competing goes. And so, what I've been working on now and mostly focusing on is setting just little challenges for myself. Since the beginning of the year, I've been participating in different online things that I found. I did the Redcon 1 Transformation Challenge at the beginning of the year. I found the Miss Health and Fitness photo shoot contest, and now I'm participating in Dana Lynn Bailey's Summer Shred. I'm not really trying to shred, but I'm gaining some like different workout knowledge, trying to get these guns bigger. She has lots of really great, lots of great workouts, but a lot of really good upper body workouts, and the stuff that I can't do because of my groin or my hamstring, I just leave out. And then I also still follow my coach's training plans that she's given me too. So I am kind of picking and choosing, but I really am loving my training. I go in, it's intentional, it's efficient, and I really stay focused and I really love it. I'm working out 7 days a week, mostly because I love it. And it really does help me handle, I think. And hopefully I can find some other things that are maybe less intense, but I am really enjoying it. Each muscle group gets at least 24 hours to recover. So I really don't think that I'm overdoing it. I'm not overly sore. I'm not overly tired. I'm also sleeping better. So to me, it feels okay. I am still doing more of an intuitive eating approach. I've been tracking my meals about once or twice um, every 2 weeks. So just to kind of see where I'm at. And then when I check in with my coach to make sure that it's okay, I do need to be eating more, especially for the activity that I'm doing. I am struggling to do that. So these next 2 weeks on my habits and behavior challenge that I gave myself, I wanted to add a little bit more to my breakfast and a little bit more to my post-workout meal, because that is the biggest gap that I have. So I typically eat breakfast around 5 a.m. And then my next meal is either at 9 or 8. So between 3 and 4 hours, because what I will do is I'll either train a client and then I'll train, or I will train and then eat. So it just depends on what I have scheduled. So on top of working out, I am also walking to work, which is about a 30-minute walk. I do that just because I don't really want to pay for a taxi, and it kind of gets me going and in a good spot for the morning. I also really love to send my daily podcast to, I just call it a podcast, but it's a voice note to one of my really good friends, Maria. She's over in England, and we just kind of stay in contact that way and update each other with our lives and stuff like that. So I really, I just kind of like that 30 minutes. Unless it's raining then, or it's super cold, I will call a cab. Um, I've been doing HIT, just super short HIT, about 10 minutes. Usually it's like an AMRAP of a list of exercises of how many rounds I can do of these particular 4 or 5 exercises. And then I was also asked to join the softball league on the base. So I'm doing a lot of activity. As of right now, I have my macros set to, let me see, what do I have them set at? I have them at, let me find these. I have my protein set to 150 grams. That might be overshooting it since I weigh about 123, but I think that's maybe better. My carbohydrates are at 200. Those should probably be higher. And my fats are at 56. And that is a total of 1,904 calories. And I definitely feel like I should be eating more, at least 2,500 calories. And I'm probably just eating at maintenance. And like my husband said yesterday, because I told him I was kind of frustrated that I really hadn't gained as much weight, but I don't really want to go any faster. um, um, he's like, well, you're probably eating at maintenance for what you should have been eating for the last like 10 years. So I don't think he's wrong. So that's kind of something that I have to be like okay with. Like if I'm not ready to eat more, I'm not ready to put on that weight, then that's something that I kind of have to get over. But I am putting on weight. It's just going really slow. I was at 123 for my check in, and I'm actually really happy with the way that I look. Like my shoulders are a little bit bigger, my pants are a little bit tighter, and my leggings are a little bit tighter, which I'm not stoked about. But I love the shape that I'm getting, and I'm not jiggly. And that makes me super excited. That tells me that I am building some muscle. I'm not putting on very much fat. And I'm slowly inching closer to my weight goal, which is 126 to 127. So I'm about 3-ish pounds away. I mean, it took me almost 5 months to get to 122 and 3 months or a month to get to 123. After that, I think I was 123.6 yesterday. And my measurements haven't gone grotesquely off the rails. My waist like stays the same every single time. And the place that always grows every time I put on any sort of weight is always in like my thighs and my butt. So my hips gotten a little bit bigger, but like I said, it's not jiggly. So I know I'm doing something right, and that makes me super excited. I don't know when I'm going to step on stage. I've been watching like the fitness girls like share their stories about on peak week. I've been watching a lot of stuff on bikini because I'm really interested in giving that a go. I think my physique matches more bikini, and that's actually more attainable for me as far as like the size goes. But the really like unique thing about fitness is that even if you don't have the size, you still have a really good opportunity in your routine, since it's worth 1/3 of your score. So I don't know. And there's something that's extra exciting about fitness. You get to go on and do your posing and be super feminine in your posing, but then you just get to go out there and be badass in your routine. Um, and it feels like really cool. There's like an extra adrenaline rush. Excuse me, I get super stressed, but it's like a good kind of like nervous stress. And then bikini, it's super feminine, and I feel like graceful and classy depending on how you present yourself. And it's a different sort of challenge. I just don't get that same sort of like adrenaline rush that I get with fitness. So I kind of like miss that when I compete. Bikini. Either way, both of them are exceptionally challenging, and I really like them both. And I really want to get on stage. So we will see when that happens. If it's not this year, that is okay. That gives me time to spend, or excuse me, save money and make sure that I'm in a completely healthy spot, learn more about myself, and just keep going. I'm also focusing a lot on my personal training clients. They're doing amazing. I have never worked with um, women who've needed to release quite a bit of weight, and that is a new challenge to me. But I'm loving it, and they're so great, and they're working really hard, and it's been a good learning experience for me. And then just today, I got to work with a girl that has competed in 3 bodybuilding competitions. She competed in bikini, she competed in our base show, and then 2 shows here in South Korea. And she came over today, and we did some glute workouts, and we applied some of the things that I've been applying for myself. And what was cool is that the way that I was explaining it to her, she was able to feel it in the correct spots, and similarly to how I feel it when I train. So to me, it kind of validated that, okay, what I'm doing as as like training myself and training someone else, it matches, and I feel like I know what I'm talking about. So that was actually really kind of cool, especially since I'm helping one other girl prep for a competition online. So hopefully that can transfer in the online sense as well. Oh, one other thing that I've been focusing on. Um, I am an affiliate with Redcon One, so I've been seeing if I can get myself to share about like the products more. And that I've always been kind of like, okay, I don't want to bug anybody or annoy anyone, but if you want to get a product, whether it is a physical product or maybe a coaching product or something else, like you have to get it in people's faces. I think I read that it's an average of 12 times that someone needs to see something before they actually buy it. So I'm working on that. So speaking of, I just received some products today. They had a buy one get one free sale a few weeks ago, and I snatched that right up because I was out of my creatine. Creatine is actually one of the most studied supplements on the market. So I got the Tango. This has 3 kinds of creatine in it, as creatine HCl, creatine monohydrate, and I believe creatine nitrate. So 3 types of creatine in it. This is also flavored, and this helps with protein synthesis. So this is actually one of my favorite products right now. Um, I also got their Big Noise pre-workout because it's a non-stim pre-workout, and I tend to drink a little bit too much caffeine, and with the summertime I start to drink like energy drinks, so I'm really trying to keep that down. I've only had a few, but then like if you also have pre-workout and you also have coffee, that's not good. So I typically have decaf coffee anyways, but I usually have like a half a scoop or a full scoop of their Total War, which is a stim pre-workout. So probably what I'll do now is a full scoop of the Big Noise, so non-stim, and then a half a scoop of the Total War. And then you get that pump, a little bit of energy, and then get a sick workout. The other one, I'm not sure if I'm going to start using this yet because I don't really need a fat burner, but this is their newest fat burner, and I'm told it's awesome. So I just kind of wanted to have it since they had it and they had this great deal going on. My husband sometimes likes to use fat burners, so if not, he can use it and tell me how it is, but heard it is super good. So if you ever want to use any of the products, you can click the link. I'll like put it up here or put it in the show notes. I don't really know how it works on YouTube. And then you can use the code Corey with a capital C and then a capital B and then the number 20. So Corey B, that'll give you a 20% off discount your entire order. And it kind of supports me a little bit too, which I would so appreciate. Any additional funds that I make through something like Redcon One or some of my extra online personal training stuff, it's all going to go towards future competing or getting an actual real suit. All I have is like a practice posing suit, and that's what I compete into. So yeah. I think that is all. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that every day you're waking up and you're finding something that you're grateful for, you're smashing it, and you're just living life and doing your best. Have a great day. I hope to talk to you soon, and thanks for checking us out. Bye.